Hey fellow investors, if you're like me, you have limited funds available to invest and you have a long-term goal, but the stock market keeps hitting all-time highs. What's an investor to do? Well, here's what I do in that situation. I keep investing. In fact, I just bought more shares of 4 incredible stocks, 2 that have been increasing their dividends for years, and 2 of the highest quality growth businesses out there. And I'm holding all 4 of them in my Grand Twins College Fund, the market-beating growth and income portfolio I'm managing on behalf of my young grandsons. Hi everybody, Mike Nadell here again for the Dividends and Income channel. Before I talk more about those 4 stocks and this portfolio, can I ask you to do me a favor to help us grow our channel? Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and also ring the bell so that you'll get notifications of new videos as we publish them. My grandsons Logan and Jack, or LoJack as I affectionately call them, turned 2 years old in August. They're in playful moods during most of their waking hours, but I'm not playing around with my Grand Twins College Fund. I launched the portfolio back in June of 2020 as a way to help my son Ben and his wife Sammy eventually pay for LoJack to go to college years from now. Here's something I want to emphasize though. Yes, I'm using the 16 stocks and the 1 exchange traded fund within the Grand Twins account as a mechanism to save for college. But this is a growth and income portfolio filled with high quality blue chip stocks that are worthy of being held by just about any investor for just about any purpose. And please remember, I'm not trying to get anybody to copy this portfolio. No, this is about presenting interesting investing candidates and discussing the portfolio building process, no matter what your goals are. Some folks have hundreds of thousands of dollars available to invest every month, but plenty of us, well, we're not quite that lucky, are we? Most investors only have $1,000 or $100 or even less to put aside for long-term goals like retirement, a house, or a college fund. With the Grand Twins portfolio, I'm buying about $100 in stocks every month, and I do it whether the market is moving up or down or sideways. If I'm only willing to buy when there's a market crash or a correction, this portfolio probably wouldn't even exist yet. You know, some pretty smart people would argue it's foolish to try to time the market. As renowned investor Peter Lynch famously said, far more money has been lost by investors preparing for corrections or trying to anticipate corrections than has been lost in the corrections themselves. And trying to time the market when all one has to invest is $25 or $100 or $500 a month, well, that seems doubly silly to me. So onward and upward I went in June with the Grand Twins College Fund, putting about $25 each in Johnson & Johnson, Alphabet, Sempra Energy, and Zoetis. I didn't worry about the valuation of the stocks when I bought them. Again, we're talking $25 buys. But having said all that, I do recognize that many of you might be investing considerably larger chunks of change. And to you, valuation might be very, very important. So I will be talking about how buyable these companies are in a little bit. First, let's review what the entire portfolio looked like at the end of June. The table of stocks is updated regularly on the portfolio's homepage on our website. So if you'd like to learn even more than what I'm talking about today, please check out the link in the description. All 17 of the portfolio's positions are in the black, and 8 are showing gains of better than 20%, and that helps explain the outstanding overall total return of 23% the portfolio has. Alphabet, best known as Google's parent company, leads the way with a total return of well over 50% since it's been in the Grand Twins Fund, while the S&P 500 index had another outstanding month with a 2.2% gain to finish the first half of 2021 at an all-time high. The GTCF was even hotter in June with a 3.4% return. June was a big month for the portfolio's tech stocks, with Apple gaining nearly 10% and with Microsoft and Amazon also performing great. But the biggest gainer by far in June was the portfolio's 1 exchange-traded fund, the ARK Innovation ETF. ARK Innovation invests mostly in disruptive technology companies such as Tesla, Roku, and Teladoc. I knew when I bought it on the final day of 2020 that it would be a very volatile holding, and it was just that over the first 6 months of this year. It hit its all-time high in February, pulled back hard in the spring, and then rebounded strongly the last month or so. Although there's a lot of growthy names in the Grand Twins College Fund, I'm a dividend growth investor at heart, and I certainly appreciate companies that pay reliable, ever-increasing dividends. 7 of the portfolio's holdings paid dividends in June, and the $5.55 they generated was used to buy fractions of additional shares in each position. $5.55 probably wouldn't even buy a tall, non-fat latte with caramel drizzle at your favorite coffee house, but it's 15% more than the same 7 positions produced in March. And don't forget, this portfolio is in its early stages. Years from now, the income stream definitely will be valuable. Of the 2 dividend-paying companies I added to in June, Johnson & Johnson has been growing its payout for nearly 60 years, and there are many who consider the healthcare conglomerate to be the quintessential dividend growth investing stock. The other, Sempra Energy, has a decade-long streak of dividend growth. At 3.3%, the California-based utility is the portfolio's highest yielder. One of the other stocks I bought in June, Zoetis, pays a very small dividend, and Alphabet doesn't pay one at all. But like J&J and Sempra, they are very high-quality businesses. J&J is one of only 2 companies in the world to receive Standard & Poor's AAA credit rating, and Alphabet is just 1 rung lower at AA+. Zoetis is a leader in developing animal health medicines and diagnostic products. It might rank a tick below others in a few of the ratings, but its balance sheet and fundamentals scream high quality. Really, the only knock against Zoetis is that it looks overvalued. So this is a great time to start talking about valuation, right? You know, the only thing I like more than high-quality, deep-moat companies is when those companies are fairly valued or undervalued. I believe that applies to Alphabet and Johnson & Johnson, and I've added to my stakes in both in my personal portfolio, where I invest significantly more than I do in the Grand Twins Fund. Of the 29 analysts tracked by TipRanks who follow Alphabet, 27 call it a buy. And the average 12-month target price represents nearly a 15% upside. For that matter, the 4 companies I just bought for the GTCF combined to have 45 buy and 8 hold ratings on TipRanks. And even Zoetis has plenty of analysts saying it's a buy despite its 40-plus forward PE ratio. I don't own Zoetis in my personal portfolio because it always seems too expensive. But you know what? Those who have thrown mega bucks into it are pretty darn happy about the way their investment has absolutely crushed the market over the years. You know, Zoetis kind of represents what I talked about early on. Like the overall market, the company's stock price has been rolling. And while I personally would be hesitant to put 10 grand into it, I'm totally cool making the kind of gradual, small investments in Zoetis that I do in all of the Grand Twins College Funds positions. As for the 4 June buys, I like the mix. 2 strong dividend payers in Johnson & Johnson and Sempra, and 2 market-crushing growth companies in Alphabet and Zoetis. 2 plus 2 for my 2 grandsons. That's what I mean when I call this a growth and income portfolio. For those who like an even bigger commitment to income investing, I also manage the Income Builder portfolio, and I'll be talking about my latest picks for the IBP in a future video for the Dividends and Income channel. Again, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our new content. Take it easy, everybody. Back at you soon.